for you in some regards at least. The idea of that whole thing was basically to make you aware of what's going on in your department, because you know how, and I've done support, I know what it's like. You're putting out fires and you're putting things up to solve, professors' problems, and you don't realize, oops, I forgot to turn this or that on. So the whole idea is just to make you stop and take a minute to look at it, and to make the folks in the upper management aware of what you're doing and what's going on, so that when you come to them and say, hey, we need to do X, Y, and Z because we're not meeting university policy, they have to sign on to that. That's always a good thing. We've got about 70% of the reports in right now. The vast majority of ones that are not in are from 2 departments, which I won't speak about. There's lots of little ones here and there. A lot of them that aren't in, that are onesies and twosies, are very small departments that may not have an LSP or are being serviced by an LSP that's, actually from another department, but they're taking care of this. So we're trying to find those folks. I will tell you that the departments that don't have their plans in, there is going to be a list going up to the vice president saying X, Y, and Z departments have, it's been 9 months and they haven't turned in their forms and it's required and blah, blah, blah. So
I would know, right, if that was me.
I don't know if you would know. To be quite honest, it's been really exciting trying to find who is the LSP for a lot of departments. I will call people and they'll be like, oh. So, if I know who the LSP is, I definitely will have gotten a hold of them at some point for the department. And they may not, and that's what we're finding with the very, very small departments, where they'll just get a hold of a director or something and then they'll get some help to do it. And those are not a big deal. We understand that there's departments that don't have an LSP and don't have somebody to do this, and probably weren't aware that they had to do this. So that's okay. That's all fine. If I can't find an LSP, that's what we do. So we're not trying to, sneak around behind anybody's back or anything like that. If I can find you, I will tell you. If I can't find them, I won't. I don't know who to talk to in some cases.
It sounds like it might be a good idea to send a list of what departments don't have their reports to the UVA LSP list.
I would prefer not to do that.
Okay.
Because that may cause some issues for people that they may not want to.
Maybe send it to Kristen. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, and try to look up who the LSP is.
I mean, if you all are fine with that, I'm fine with that, because it's really a lot of time for me to try and track these people down, and then I get run around in circles and such. But I don't want to put anything out for people, and then they go, what do I do? That's not the idea here. The idea here is for you guys to know what's coming. So that's the status with the risk management plans. Now, what I just put out, email I just put out that prompted my invitation to this event, is basically we're going back through and we're just reading through. It's quite exciting. Not we, the royal we, I am going through and reading through all these risk management plans. And basically we're looking for things that weren't filled out, you missed this section or you missed that section. Things that we've read the answer and kind of gone, huh? Or can you just give me a little more information on that? Things that you have filled in that you're not doing that are in violation of university policy. The big one I've come across in that one, frankly, is the password protected screensavers. And I would still say the vast majority of departments aren't doing that. That's the one that I can say that I've come across the most as far as. So you'll be getting a letter, and it'll basically just say, these are the things you need to fix. Everybody's going to get a letter, whether they need to fix something or not. The letter may just say, you're good to go, thanks very much. As far as we're concerned, your report is finished. Otherwise, it may have just one question on it, or it may have 8 questions on it, or 10. I haven't had anywhere where like 3 and 4 pages of questions. So don't expect to get this long list of things that you have to do.
Who will get the letter?
Whoever signed the form. So whatever signatures I have on there, and it should be a department head and an LSP and an administrative contact.
So everyone will get it.
Everybody who signed it will get the letter.
And what's the timeline for getting the letter?
I am going through those, and I've made Thursday my day to send these out so that people have some time to see it. I'm not sending them out in large groups. I'm sending them out like 15 or 20 at a time for a couple reasons. One, because I'm kind of going through So I don't want to do that. And when there are questions, I don't want to have 50 of them out there at one time and me trying to, deal with 50 different questions and dropping the ball because I'm getting all these people asking questions at the same time. So I'm doing it in small sections. So if you haven't gotten the letter yet, don't worry. You're not in trouble. It's not something we're going to be beating your door down on. It's something we're doing on a rolling, continuous basis. If your form is in, your risk management form is in, don't sweat it. The letter will eventually come to you. It'll probably have 1 or 2 questions on it. You'll probably be able to answer them in a fairly short order. You'll send the answers back to me. We'll say, great, that answers the questions. You'll mark up it's done, and we'll see you in 2.5, 3 years. It's basically what it comes down to.